8:14 is the time. Glad you're back with us, and you probably have just a ton of meetings planned today, right? But have you ever held a family meeting at home with your kids?
Parent Coach Sarina Natkin is here to tell us why a family meeting can be one of the most critical parenting tools. So why are these meetings so important?
So our job as parents is to slowly hand over control of our kids' lives to them throughout childhood, right? So that when they are adults, they can take care of themselves, they're prepared. So the way that we can do that is by teaching our kids how to solve problems and sort of building some critical life skills together. And oftentimes I heard, oh, we've had a family meeting, it didn't work. If your family meetings are called sporadically and they're actually code for someone's in trouble, you can probably understand, if you guys, you're not going to want to go to your team meeting at work if they're only called when somebody's in trouble, right? So this is a regular time. So we're talking 15 to 30 minutes once a week to come together for the work of being a family and solving problems together. And the model I use comes from Positive Discipline by Dr. Jane Nelson, and it has sort of a specific format. So we start with compliments. We give each person a compliment and then one for ourselves. And the reason we do that is it helps us get in a positive perspective and be finders of good. So looking for the positive in each other as we go in to solve a problem together that we may have different opinions on.
So what do you say at these meetings? What are the topics of discussion?
Yep. So during the week, so you have a sheet up somewhere in your house that people can write down problems that come up during the week that we've talked about, how when emotions are high, we're not effective problem solvers. So one tool for not problem solving in the moment when people are screaming at each other or having meltdowns is, would you like to put that on the family meeting list? Young kids can do this, even if they can't write. They can draw a picture, they can ask grown-ups for help. So you come together, you do those compliments, then you move into problem solving. So you pick the next problem on the list, and then you go around and brainstorm. Much like brainstorming at a meeting at work, you don't shoot down ideas as they're coming out. So you get a list together, right? And then you go through the list with the kids and you talk about which ones are related to the problem, respectful, and actually address the problem, because sometimes there's some wild ideas that come out there and parents are like, you want me to put that down? So you go through and say, okay, so we need to find a solution that fixes the problem in a way that we can actually do. So which ones fit that? And then you want to vote. Democratic process.
Jeez. So what are the ages here? Because I don't think my 3-year-old's going to sit through a meeting like this.
So when they're young, it's very short. Here's the really important piece. When you pick a solution, you're agreeing to try it for 1 week. 1 week to 2 weeks. Because it's hard for us to give up power and say, what? We're not going to do that all the time, or our kids to compromise, but you're agreeing to try something. And you can start. We actually started when my first was 3. This is what I do for a living, so there was some incentive to try it out. And we've been having them over 10 years now, and still there's plenty that run amok, someone gets upset, or people are sick, and it doesn't work. But we are building this process, so by the time we have teenagers and we have some pretty serious problems to figure out together, and we really have to share control, or our kids are just going to push away and not involve us in making their decisions about risky things, we have this solid process. So you pick that solution to try, then you spend a few minutes, what's happening this week? Who has extra soccer games? Who needs rides, places? It's your little coming together, coordinating time. Kids need to learn how to plan. They need to learn how to do this.
And you're helping them model by doing this, right?
Right. So everyone has a role at these meetings. We traditionally have there's a leader, a timekeeper, a note taker, and then we come up with an extra role, a snack getter, whatever it is. Because if we have a job, we're more likely to cooperate and less likely at our work meetings to, just like at work, to stare off into space. We're involved. And you rotate those things.
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
It is so
I might be the snack
powerful.
getter.
It is really, got to share. Everyone has a turn to lead, and my kids love that turn to lead.
Yeah.
And they
probably take ownership of that, right?
They do. And I have to tell you, my husband and I went for a walk recently. We came home, and the family meeting notebook was out that has our notes in it.
Yeah,
and I said, what is it? And they're like, we needed to review who's in charge when parents are gone. And I'm like, see, this they take ownership. This is why we do it.
Awesome. Coach.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. Thank you, Sarina. We're going to try it. For more on this topic and other parenting topics, head to Sarina's blog at sarinanatkin.com. It is full of all kinds of wonderful advice and tidbits. Thank you, Sarina.
Also active on Twitter.
Yeah.